Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? I'm on an island in Mallorca, off Spain. Look how idyllic it is. Look at it. Got the whole beach to myself. It's amazing. Oh God, what the hell? Got bloody share your referral link is pasted over where everybody's posting their comments. Okay. Hello, David Armitage. How are you doing? Hello, Dan Gleecock. Hey up, my duck. Yeah. Well, we got my boat is in the water there. Like, hey, just testing it out to make sure it's all spick and span. Yeah, nice swift urban exploration. Yo. Yeah, we're out doing the boat thing. You've tried this out, haven't you? Yeah, I'm in Mallorca. I've come to Spain with my boat. No, I'm not. I'm off the south coast of England. Yeah, some of you will guess where it is, I'm sure. Yeah. Yay, Jay Shu, hello. Rolling Tourist. Brown Sea. Yeah, he's sussed me already. Yeah. You can tell. Look. You can tell by all that stuff out there, look. What it is. The docks and whatnot. Yeah. It's very nice here because the harbour encloses the water, so even though it's kind of windy today, if you're on the sea, you'd have quite big waves. But as you can see here, it's practically flat. And only when you get right out there do you get a few waves, but it's very nice. So I'd just come on and say hello for a little bit. Good day, Matt. Good day, Dan. Sorry, I was going to say good day, Matt, then. That's what you said. How are you doing, man? Yeah, it's very nice out here today. It's really nice. Not too hot. I'm in the shade, but as you can see on the beach, you know, I could be out there, but I've got my sun cream on. I don't want to push it. It's just the right temperature here. It's just magical temperature, you know. It's nice sort of coolish air. Yeah. So it's wish you were all here, basically. So yeah, we got 46 in watching us, doing not much at all. I got my my wellies on, so I can wade into the water and get the boat out. And the boat's got its anchor on it, so it's just keeping itself by there at the moment, which is nice. You know, the waves aren't high enough to start dragging it around. You know, so the light anchor is just about right for this sort of stuff. And yeah, we're on a high tide at the moment, so as the tide starts going back out, you can see it's already on its way out because it's left the whatever seaweed there, and you can see the dampness, and it'll go out. So as it does, the boat will bottom out. So I'll have to go push it out a bit further a bit later on, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, we are just enjoying ourselves on the beach now. Ooh, something made a noise then. What's that? Hey, Exploring with Gav, how you doing, man? Yeah. CD Salty Fish says it looks like a nice place. It is very nice down here. Oops, what just happened then? Something I didn't want to have happen. There's a couple of flies flying around now. As long as you're not mozzies, I don't mind. But yeah, it's very nice here. So anyway, I suppose it was worth telling you now. I got Dan Dixon with me, and Josh, and Mr. Airborne. They're all here. I brought Dan and Josh. I brought Josh over on his own, so he got over here really fast. And then I brought Dan and Mr. Airborne over, and equally fast. But Dan said, "Oh, can't we get everyone on the boat at once?" And I said, "No, because it won't rise up out of the water onto the plane." And yeah, I've tried illustrating this point many times. So I said, "Dan, you sit at the back of the boat, watch full power. The boat just goes like that, and it won't get on the plane." I said, "Now, if you move yourself halfway along the boat, you can get on the plane. But with 3 people on you, in addition to me, 4 people total won't get out of the water onto the plane. So there's a bit of science behind it, but I have to keep reminding Dan that you can't get loads of people on the boat unless you want to absolutely crawl back at ridiculously slow speeds and take 20, 30 minutes to get back instead of 5. So yeah. But now I think he's reminding him now, like, I think I know what Matt means now. So yeah, but it's all good fun, all good stuff. So what we got then? Jason Hartley, hi from Sheffield. Hello, how you doing? Bazza, nice day for boating. Oh, it's superb. I mean, that sky. Look at that sky. Amazing. Totally blue sky. Totally blue sky. Little bit of haze, a little bit of haze, but you're talking 10 kilometers visibility easy, so good day for flying. If you're into flying, a lovely day for it today, and no real clouds to speak of, just a bit of haze, which if you're in an aircraft, you'll rise up out of that haze fairly quickly anyway. So yeah. But Tracy Jackson, oh, what did she say? She said, hey Matthew, hi. Yeah. Could be a mistake for Oz with weather like that. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really nice at the moment. And we're going to have a few days of nice weather apparently. So be looking for things to do down here with the boat. Yeah. Kirsty Sargard, hello. How are you doing? Afternoon flower. Okay, my honey bun. Yeah. DJ Carl Million says you need a bigger boat. Yeah, but the trouble with a bigger boat is you need a bigger place to keep it, and you need a bigger trailer, and yeah, it all gets messy. Where I put the boat in the water just now, it's sort of that angle, and you have to walk out quite a distance to get any depth to be able to push the boat out. So it's not ideal for massive boats. They need to be launched on steeper things, so you can basically get them in the water without having to drive your vehicle into the water as well. Because these shallow ones, they're not really designed for, large boat launching. So yeah, it gets more interesting. And yeah, so got to keep it real. But yeah, what's I saying? I'm doing the gardening, says DJ Carl Million. Well, it's a good day for it. Me personally, I prefer evenings for doing the mowing. Direct sunlight is not. I'm not a great fan of being boiled alive. But yeah. Hey, bearded reality, Boatymcboat. Yes, indeed. It is a boat thing. So yeah, we're just having fun today. I wanted to check out if the boat was working. I'm not sure if this is the first time I've had it out after I did the repairs on it last year. And some of the rubber stuff that's on the sides of the boat, like protector that goes down the side, has come off one side. So that's something that's happened since I last used the boat. It's all just the glue has just perished, and the rubber stuff's fallen off. So I've got to sand it down, put some stuff on, which is like a primer. The primer goes on the rubber because this is PVC. So the glue I've got is PVC glue, but it doesn't attach to rubber. So on the rubber, which is the protector that goes down the side of the boat, like a big strip of it, that's rubber. So what you've got to do is you've got to prime that with another material that would allow the PVC stuff to stick to it. So you've got to prime one, then glue the stuff down the boat, and then when it's sort of getting tacky, it's like junk, just push it on, and it should just stick straight on then and go firm. But you've got to have the boat. You've got to do it as well. They tell you to do it when it's got to be a certain temperature that day and a certain humidity. They warn you not to do it unless it's the perfect conditions. I can hear people up there. So yeah, it's funny. It's like you can hear voices. Yeah, it's definitely people up there. They're there now. Sort of around there. So they'll be down here in a bit, probably. They'll probably come down onto the beach, I expect. Yeah. So Dan tried to do this this island a few years ago. When it was COVID, in fact. I mean, we can pin it down to exactly, it was like COVID time. And we were like, bollocks, we're going to do what we want to do. And we came over here and the National Trust people were like, no, you can't come on the island, COVID, get off the island now. And we're like, we're doing work. And they're like, don't matter, go away. It's like, yeah, typical National Trust. Like, let's get a stack of volunteers to be on the island to stop people being on the island. But you're on the island because it's your business. That's why you're allowed to be there. It's because you're at work, and we are technically doing that. So what's the problem? But it's just National Trust. It's like, no, 100 reasons no, a billion reasons no, we're the National Trust now. So yeah, look at that clean shave face, looking fresh. Yeah, I did actually shave this morning. You ain't gonna get much fresher than that. Yeah. Hey Adrian, how you doing, man? Hey, yeah, you see my secret island, my island retreat. Look, Adrian. Yeah. It's all mine. I own this. Belongs to me. I just haven't put in the paperwork changing ownership to me yet, but when I do, it will be mine. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a tourist boat over there, look. And he's telling people stuff. Look, you can hear him on the microphone telling people stuff about the island. Just try and count how many people on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Might be a few more that I can't see. 8, maybe one underneath. 9. Yeah. I say about 10 people on that boat. So, yeah. Oops. I can definitely hear him up there, but I can't see him. Oh, there we. Sorry, I'm pointing the wrong way now. Oh, I can see him now. Are they looking for a way to get down here? Oh, bloody hell. I twisted my neck there then. Wow. Ugh. Quite noisy, that, isn't it? Wow. It is very relaxing. They've gone for a walk on the island. Dan, as I said, Dan tried to do it. I think it was Andrew, Dan, me, and possibly Carl. And I brought everyone over here, and then I think by the time I brought the second lot over here, we were being told we had to fuck off. So a bit boring, getting told to bugger off. But yeah. There's something very therapeutic about just sitting on a beach with the sound of the lapping waves. And you don't realise how much you enjoy it until you're actually there doing it. It's like I forget about how much I actually enjoy this. It's really nice. Yeah. This is Mr. Volk's mega boat. Well, this is the bigger boat. It's bigger, but it's not mega. Well, you can see by the jacket that's hanging on the seat there. You know, not massive, really. But yeah. So yeah, I had a a bit of a problem because I was prepping the boat to make sure that everything was cool, and it wouldn't pump fuel. There's a pump, and I was like looking at it, and it's like the pump had all perished. So there was air holes. So as it was pumping air in. It wasn't pumping petrol. So I went out and picked one up this morning, a replacement one from the local car parts shop. Sealy do one. It's exactly the one that's on there. They do a replacement. It was £17. I was like, oh god, a bit expensive, but you know, we needed it to get the boat up and running, and it has been running really well. So, but yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be much wrong with it. But as they always say with boats, there's always something wrong. There's always something wrong. And yeah, if they're not leaking air, then the engine ain't right. And the fuel ain't right, then something ain't right. Yeah, it's always something with boats. But hang on, I got something in my eye. Something. Oh, I'm just thinking out. Actually, gosh, something definitely in my eye. Feels like a bit of sand has blown in here or something. Now, did I bring my vape? Was I intelligent enough to put it in my... I was. I put it inside my thing underneath my waders. I thought I'll stick it in there now when I'm in the car because I'll forget otherwise. There's these little creatures on the sea. Look, they're jumping. What the hell are they? It's little jumpy things. He's under there, look, underneath something. Look, there he is. What is that? Can you see him? Hang on. Shit. Can you see that? So if I swap the cameras round, what's going on here then? Why is it got the bloody... Oh, there's no point moaning about it. Just hang on. More. It's not respond... Oh, there we go. Settings. Camera. Orientation settings are disabled when live. Yeah. Oh, no, it's general. Camera. I press camera. I press general. It's shit. Right, okay, here we go. Facing back. Right. So where's that? Where are these jumpy things now then? There's a big ant, look. Where is he? There he is, look. Oh, of course, it's bloody mirrored the image. So it's like you move it right, bollocks to mirroring the camera. You move it right, it bloody goes left. Is that him? No, he's up there, look. There's some stuff that was on the beach, and they were light coloured, like light brown, and they were jumping around. Where are they now? I can't see them. Anyway. As long as they don't jump on me, I don't care. Oh, there's a big ant. Fuck me, that's a big boy. Look at the size of this. The size of this bad boy. That's a fucking monster. That's fucking huge. Right? Yeah, look at the size compared to my finger. Look, he knows I'm there as well. Look, he's looking. Look at that compared to my finger. That's fucking big. Jesus. You don't see those as big as that very often. There's flies landing on the sand. Oh, there's something smaller. What the hell is that? It's a little fly, look. There's a little fly. I don't know whether that thing was jumping around quite a bit, but it's not here now. What's that? That looks like a turd. That looks like a turd from something. A rabbit, perhaps? It's probably a rabbit dropping. I would imagine the rabbits do come down onto the beach. This place is full of rabbits, actually, thinking about it. Rabbits, and I think they've got a red squirrel population on there that they protect. So there's no grey squirrels on yet. it's like a protected zone where the grey squirrels literally can't get on here. So it's all red squirrels to protect them. There's the jumpy thing. Look, there he is. There he is. What's that then? Where he is? Look. He's off. Look. See him? Jump. Fuck me. They don't have to go a distance. He goes like a foot or 2 foot at a time. I can see two of them down there. I was like, doing. What are they then? Hang on, I'll come back, see if anybody knows what they are. Probably like, I'd probably call like fleas or something. Sea fleas or beach fleas. Is it a flat bottom boat? Which one? Mine isn't. It's got a hull underneath it, which is I think they call them V hulls or something like that, or but it's a speed hull anyway, so that you rise out of the water with it. Yeah, and the boat that was out there that was doing the tour guide stuff. I don't know. I don't think so per se. I don't think so, because flat bottom boats are mostly for if they want to look down. You know, if they want to look down at the bottom of the sea and whatnot. But oh, we got 105 people in. Hello. Looks like lovely where you are. Yeah. Hey, Urban Legend, how you doing, man? Yeah. Sam D, being booked alive. I think you mean cooked alive isn't for everyone. Yeah. Chris Thornley, Daniel Locke, who's a member. Thank you very much. Trace Jackson, who's a member as well. Pizza King, looking good, Matt. Boiled even, yes, says Sandy, corrected herself. I don't see a boat. Well, it is there, honest. That is a boat. If you can't see it, Dan, time for Specsavers, I think. It's a shame that on this StreamYard you can't just zoom the image like you can on some things. I don't know if it's to be honest as well. I mean, I must be said, I did see StreamYard on somebody's iPhone, and it was designed a lot better to work with an iPhone than it was for Android. It's pretty shit on Android here. It's really poor, the quality of the experience. Yeah, so I don't know. I want to see the boat. It's there, mate. Do you want me to go and give you a guided tour? Hang on. Let's wade out to it and I'll show you the boat. Look, there's another boat. Look over there. Wish I could zoom in. Hang on. Maybe I can select which camera. Hang on a sec. I've got to get my... Well, there's one of those things. Look, it's like a flea. You see it? It's in there wriggling around. Look. You see it? You see it? It's there. Just where the tip of my shadow is, look. That's it. It's there, look. And it's playing dead now, look. Because it knows that I'm there. Look, see it wriggling around? I don't know quite what. There's one, look, and it's jumping. Look, they jump. They see you, they fuck off, they jump. Right, hang on. I'm just getting my shit together. Hang on. It's bloody hard to do when you're holding a phone. Clunk. There we are. Probably one will do it. Don't need two. Just gonna make sure I don't drop the bloody phone. So I'm gonna loop it in my finger. There we go. Oh, loop it through that finger. It's better. There's the boat. It's got a 25 horsepower engine on it, which is electric start and electric tilt on it. And yeah, so there's the fuel. And I've got a spare engine because I don't like emergencies where you end up having to call the Coast Guard because it's embarrassing. So I don't do that. So I got this puppy just for emergencies, and it would be a very slow ride home, but at least you'd get home, if you know what I mean. So that could come in handy for stopping serious embarrassment on the waves, so to speak. I've been propping this up earlier on because I didn't want it banging around. So I'm gonna prop it up again with these. Whoop! Oh, got tripped over the old thing. Give me a sec. I'm just gonna pop this under there, and I have to put the phone down a second. So give me a second. Right. That's good. That works out quite well. Now that's the best position of all, because now it's kind of like jammed, and it's just bouncing up and down on these, which is good. It's pretty good. Oh, look at these. Look at these. Canada geese. Canada geese, look. Pair of them. And of course, Canada geese come from Canada and migrate all the distance from Canada all the way across to the UK, which is an epic journey. Absolutely epic journey. Now, I think he's getting a bit closer to the thing, so I'm going to get the old bastard, yeah, and put it out a bit further, just to make sure we don't get any shite. And then I'm going to drag it back then, just to see that it actually starts to pull. There we go. It's pulled tight now, so that's going to hold it. That's good. So, right, yeah, that is the boat. I've had to do bits of work on it in the past. I've had to mess around with the engine and things, and drain the oil and put new oil in it, new filters and things. But this is the pump that went. Remember I said the pump? Bug it up. Well, this is what it was. This was the puppy, and it just it went around the edges here, there, and at the top. So I don't know if there's a way that this can be aligned so that it keeps it safe. Don't know. It's almost like as if I want something there and something there that straightens it out a little bit more. But I don't know. It's all right for the moment. It'll do. But yeah, you just want it straight like that rather than kind of twisted in. But yeah, it'll do. It'll do for today anyway. And this is your throttle. Oops, sorry. It's your throttle control. So it won't start when it's in gear. So you've got to make sure it's up. And then you've got this thing that if you fall out of the boat and you've got this attached to you, that'll pull out and it'll stop the engine so the boat won't race away from you. So that's your emergency cut off. But yeah, he's pretty good fun, and that's where I put my phone sometimes when I'm out and about, so I can record our boat journeys to make it more interesting for you when I get home and have some footage. But yeah, it's quite nice, isn't it? Just idyllic. Right. And of course, I can wade around because I got my cheap 20 quid pair of eBay waders, which have survived many years worth of fun, and they have got a bit of a leak, but only when you come up to about here. They're actually dry at the moment, I believe. Put my hand down there. Oh no, not on the left hand side. Shit, I got tissue paper in that pocket. Huh. And my vape. So yeah, they're not 100% dry, but they do a pretty good job. They're not bad. So you minimise the amount of time you're in the water. You'll get a drip in rather than a torrent. It's probably time for me to change these for another pair. But we got some people down there. So I'm gonna go back to the refuge of my shadow zone. Look, right here. Oh, some people down there. Look. You see them? It's not easy to spot them, but they are there. Oh, I'll sit down then. Oh, sit down in the shade. Right, let's see what people have been saying. Settings, camera, front facing front. Oh, that looks a bit zoomed in. Facing front. Oh, that looks a bit zoomed in as well. Oh, well, it is what it is. Right, what are they saying then? Urban legend. Have you hit the like button? All right, yeah, thanks, Will. Did we get shipwrecked and that's why we don't see the boat? Well, no, I wouldn't allow myself to be shipwrecked because I would just phone for help and somebody would come and get you. But yeah, probably have to wave your membership card. Oh yeah. And the sea looks like glass. It's so still. It is very nice. Yeah, it's really good. Sorry about the angle. I'm like resting it on my knees. Otherwise, I got to hold my arms in the air like that to kind of get that natural kind of angle. But my arms are going to go to they're going to go to sleep. So I'm just resting it on my knees. It's a lot easier. Oh, we got a boat coming across here by the looks of it. Is he coming over here or is he always... Yeah, I think he's moving. Yeah, we got a boat coming over here. It's a little yacht. It hasn't got his sails up, so he must be using his engine to come across. Yeah. Hiya, Nocturnal Frequency. How are you doing? Oh, run, says National Trust are so annoying. They prevent you from seeing as much as possible. Well, that's the funny thing. I mean, if you notice as well, the shots of Laycock Abbey, there's like an area around the back where they keep their vehicles and stuff, and it's so scruffy. You know, why do you like make all that effort to make the house look brilliant, and then you've got a little garage area with your stuff strewn all over the place? You know what I mean? And it's like looking out the window from Laycock Abbey, you look down on it and you go, huh. Or from my drone, it was actually, no, you can only see it from the drone, really. And you could walk around there. If you walk around there, you're going to look in and you're going to go, God, that's really retarded. Like, why would you go to all the trouble of keeping this place so spick and span and then just have a garage area, like your dumping ground, basically, for all your trash? Your strewn stuff that's obviously been there for a very long time and ain't nobody cleaning it up. You know what I mean? Doesn't seem to make much sense. Yeah. And I couldn't understand as well why there were quite so many areas of the Abbey place that were off limits, and it was like private. And it's like, oh, well, that's where our offices are and stuff. And it's like, no, but there's rooms down there that people would like to see. It's part of it, isn't? Can't you say like every hour we'll just do a very quick like run you through this area so you can see it very quickly, because there are paintings there. Then there's lots of things, lots of rooms, lots of history that people would like to see. But, you're just given oh, look, this is what we want you to see, not this is everything that's there. This is just what we want you to see. And, yeah, I suppose you've got to be a special person on a special day with super duper VIP access to kind of see that sort of stuff. And I guess, organizations like that, they just think, oh, people don't want to see where our offices are. And it's like, yeah, we do actually, because it's part of the building. Ta-da! It's like you come to see the place, you want to see the whole place. But, or is that just me being stupid? You know, yeah. Don't they have? Run says, don't they have that weird chain boat thing to get to that island? No, there is a ferry that runs from that end of the island, which is the east side of the island, um, and there's a castle around the corner. And basically, if you come from the mainland and get the ferry across, which you can do, there's ferries quite a few times a day, run by the National Trust. It's not that expensive. They've got a cafeteria over here that closes maybe about 5 o'clock. Last ferry is something like 5 o'clock or something like that. But if you come over here in the day, you can actually get some food, just sort of chill out. You can't go and see the castle because it's privately owned by, I think it's John Lewis. John Lewis Company own it, and it's only allowed for their staff to go and visit it, not the public. So, bit of a bummer, isn't it, really? You come to see the island, you arrive, and there's the castle, and you're like, oh, great. And then you get here, and it's like, no, you're not allowed to see that. And it's like, oh, so what can I see then? Well, you can see trees and the old church, and you can see some bits that are to do with the scouts, which ain't anything to do with that. So you can walk around the island, but the castle, off limits, not allowed to see it. It's like, oh, for crying out loud. But yeah, that is it's not a chain ferry. The one you're thinking of was probably Plymouth. That's got a chain ferry that goes from the mainland to the peninsula, so yeah. There's more of those jumpy things, yeah. Jump, 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 jump. They can jump a big distance. It's amazing the distance they can cover. There's quite a lot of them now. I can see loads of them. Ching, 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 ching. They're getting a good foot jump. In fact, they're everywhere now. So a little while ago, I couldn't see any of them. Now they're all over the bloody place. Huh. I think there's some sort of flea. Because fleas jump like that, don't they? I think it's some sort of like beach flea. Sab. Hello, Sab. How you doing, mate? How dare they say go if it's your island? Yeah, indeed. I did say what we should do is you just come here, really early in the morning, like about 5 o'clock in the morning, and the volunteers probably won't even be here by that time. You know what I mean? So, and don't walk on the main pathways. Go through the forest and go through the back route, and then by the time they suss that you're on there then and tell you to get off, you have to walk the whole length of the island to get back off. So it's kind of you've seen what you want to see sort of thing, isn't it? But hopefully Dan and Mr. Airborne and Josh are enjoying themselves. Josh said he ain't going to film it properly, but I bet he'll be kicking himself that he didn't, because he left his big camera on the shore. And I said, well, you've still got your phone. Remember, if you see something that's really cool, don't forget to film it, because it is actually quite a nice little island, and it's got a bit of history with the Scouts having been. This is where the Scouts were formed. Baden-Powell started the Scouts on this island, Brownsea Island, and I used to be in the Scouts. I used to be in Cubs, then Scouts, Sea Scouts. It's funny, wasn't it? Sea Scouts, and look what I'm doing now. See? Because it gets you used to the water. A lot of people are afraid of the water. I mean, I was speaking to somebody earlier on, and he said, "Oh, screw that. I don't like." Well, it was my dad actually. He said, "I don't like the water." But it's like, when you've got acclimatized to it, canoeing, and it doesn't panic you, fall out your canoe. So what? you just tip it over, get the water out of it, tip it over again, climb on, get back in, off you go. You know, it's just like you don't let it sort of phase you, you know. And I got enough emergency equipment there. I've got 2 radios, so if one fails, I've got another, and I've got a personal locator beacon, which is a bit over the top for here, to be honest. But if you fell in the water, say for instance the boat sank, which is unlikely, because you'd get a coast guard. I mean, bear in mind, this is the place to be if you get into trouble, because Poole Harbour over there. Can you see? What am I looking at? Let me see if I can see what I'm. It's there, right there, Poole Harbour, right? That happens to be the national headquarters for the RNLI, Royal National Lifeboat Institute, and that's where they've got a load of boats, and they train their staff in how to be out on an RNLI boat. And you can actually hire the place for parties and things like that. Oops. You can hire the place for parties, and you can have conferences there and whatnot, birthday parties, weddings, whatever. But actually, in the RNLI headquarters itself. So, if you made a radio call here that you were in trouble, they would be out so quickly to sort you out. Not just in one boat, probably. They'd be like, "Which is the fastest boat? Quick, get out there!" Boom. But there's so many boats out here as well. I mean, if you made a mayday call, they'd be out to you very quickly. But just in case, I got a PLB, which is a satellite thing. It links up to satellite and radios your position, your exact position, to the Coast Guard and RNLI. We got somebody coming in there. Hey, we've got a boat coming in. Look. We are not going to be alone. You see him? So we are not on our own. They'll be joining us now. They slowed down. Probably paranoid, like I got my camera out there, like, oh shit, we better slow down. It's kind of an etiquette, is you don't speed like crazy when you're coming close to shore. So yeah, I'll put my camera on the old front facing so you can see them now. Let's have a look what we got facing back. Hang on, I've got to flip it open now. Flip it open. There we go. Now, can I get zoomed in camera? Because there's a camera 0. Oh, that's a bit more zoomed, but it looks crap. It looks really scummy. But yeah, oh, hang on. Camera. There's only 2 facing back. There we are. Anyway, so coming in. I think they're fishing. They've got a Honwave boat and a Mariner engine. 15 horsepower. But for a small boat like that, 15 horsepower is oodles of power. Oh, she's got a broken leg, or she's got a leg in a plaster thing, you know, like one of those supports. But she's now getting it wet. Can you see? She's got a leg thing on. Oh, yeah, something's caught on my hat. Something just blew onto my hat. She's getting off. She's getting stripped off. She's a bit of a laugh. Oh Christ! Oh Christ! Get that thong up. Get that thong right up your buttocks. Little does she know that 118 people are watching her now. She doesn't know she's live on the internet. Let's bring it back onto me then. Oh, here we go. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. How do I get the, I don't know, it's like, how do I get rid of the top? New tab, incognito. No, I don't want a new tab. I don't know how to make it go full. It's got this bloody bar at the top of the screen. Move address bar to the bottom. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to get rid of it. It won't go though. Shit. It's crap. Oh, hang on. Let's see what your comments are. I'm still pointing. I thought I got the camera onto me. Clearly it didn't do that. Facing back, facing front. There we go. Let's try that one then. There we go. Yeah. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Oh shit. No. What have I done? I have a banner turned on. I could put that on, I suppose. Comments. Stephen McCracken says sand flies. Oh, sand flies, are they? Silverfish. Jump, jump, jump around. Jump around, jump around, jump up and jump to get down. Yeah, they are little. I don't know if they've got wings on them. They just sort of like jump. I mean, they walk around for a bit and then they go point, walk, 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 point, walk, 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 point, walk, 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 walk. So I don't know. Yeah. They do walk about a bit and then they jump, hop, point. It was just a defense mechanism more than anything else, because if they can walk, they don't really need to jump. But I think if they detect anything that looks like it's coming after them, they just jump. There's loads of them down there now. Well, you can't see them, but they're all around the bottom of my legs. You can see the water line. Yeah, you can see the water line came up to here. Oh, hang on, I'm not doing it very well. The water line came up to here, and yeah, it's gone down now. Gone down a fair bit, but it is receding slowly. It is receding. Yeah. They don't seem to care about their boat getting roughed up on the beach, going pling, 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 pling. The thing is, as well, it's easy. Oh, they got a dog with them. They got a doggy. No way. They got a doggy, little doggy with them. Yeah. But she's definitely amply sized. Cellulite, like ripples of cellulite. Oh, it's not. Shouldn't really take the piss, should I? God. It's not a pretty sight. It's not the worst I've ever seen, but it's definitely in need of attention, I think. Bearded says, take those welly off and dip your toes. Yeah, watch out for, do a bit of skinny dipping. Nah, I like to keep dry, really, and buggering about with the boat. That's what I was going to say, though. That boat they got there, the reason they can do that is because it's light enough to actually just lift it and push it back in, whereas mine is an absolute. It weighs a ton, so that's why I'm keeping it in the water like that. I'm keeping it in the water like that because where is it? I can't even see it now. There, that's it. Keeping it in the water there, because if I was to ground it onto the beach, it would take 2 or 3 people to just start dragging it and lifting it a bit back and a bit back. It's not light by any means, and I've tried this in the past. So if you don't keep ahead of the tide and keep pushing it out, you will absolutely screw yourself. And if there's any stones and things like that when you're sort of doing it, it'll be scuffing the fiberglass underneath of the boat, which you don't really want to do. So they're off for a walk now with the doggy. It's only a little pup. It's me, a little puppy. You found Chris Thorny says you found ant. Now you need to find deck. Yeah, indeed. But their boat's quite new. That's like a really new Hom Wave. It's been it's either been well cared for and kept very clean, or it's very, very new. And they pumped it up really tight which if you overdo it on pumping those up and it's sunny, then it'll just go beep 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 beep, beep and it'll start stressing the seams. So you've got to find that magic spot between how much do you pump it up and how much do you damage the thing. If in some ways, when you put the boat in the water, like I had it out of the water on the car, and then the sun gets to it and it starts expanding it. But the moment you put it in the water, the whole hull goes flaccid. So you've got to pump it up a bit more because the cold is making the air inside the tubes go down. But it's something you should monitor when you're out during the day because you don't want to have it too much. Ooh, there's a bird out there then. Did a really big dive. It dived into the water and just went down, like sploshed into the water and came out. I don't know if they were what they call terns, because it's not seagull, and I don't know. Do seagulls dive in down? I don't know, but I think terns do. I think it's their kind of their trick. Yeah. History down under says, "Do your ants bite? We have green ants here, and they bloody sting when they bite." They can do. The black ones, I don't think they're as bad as the red ones. The red ones are the ones that when they bite, I think they've all got formic acid, but some have more than others. That's an interesting boat out there. Have a look at this now. Have a look at that boat. Can you see it? Where is it? There. Is it? Can you see it? I can't see what the bloody camera's seeing. There's a boat out there, but it's really flat to the water. It's like really weighted down. Looks like it's got. Looks like it might be a fishing boat or something. It might be like crab or lobster pots and things like that. But it's really, really low to the water. I mean, you wouldn't want to be running into waves with that because at the front of the boat is literally, it's just skimming the water. You see if I can bring up the camera and show you it because it's kind of interesting how low it is to the water. Like almost alarmingly low. So which one is the one that zooms it a bit? Is it this one? No. Is it this one? Is this the one that zooms it a little bit? Yeah, hang on. Right. So there it is, just behind my boat now. Don't know if you can see it very well. It's just passing the edge of my boat, but I mean it's so low, the edge of that boat. I would imagine that it's got to have some serious pumps on it because that seems seriously weighed down into the water. So it's really, really low. And the edges of that boat are so low that if you got into waves, that could suddenly, the waves could come up over the edge. And then you'd be pumping. You'd have to pump it out because otherwise it would like take the boat down even further into the water and you'd bottom out. But yeah, look at that booty there. Oh my God. Some mothers do have them. She's taking photos of herself now. She's like, I am sexy. I am proper sexy. And I suppose she's doing like high angle shots so that makes her arse look smaller. Daniela, look. What are you saying? Does it bite? Yeah. Yeah. I think snap your hand off if you got it. If you got it stuck between those butt cheeks, probably tear your arm off, or you'd lose the arm. You'd never see it again. It'd just disappear. Deck is on the boat. Yeah. I'm looking at it again now. I mean, it's really low. I mean, you look at any other boat that's out there, and the hulls are well out of the water. You know, there's that one there. Look, that one. Even that, is quite a lot out of the water. But if you imagine that one now weighted down, so it was like down almost level with the water, you'd be like, Jesus, if you're going along and the boat sort of like does that through the waves and it'll go trunk, and it would literally suck up the water and you'd probably sink it, so that's why you have your hulls way up out of the water. You do not want that, really. You want to be able to sort of keep your front end up out of the water. I don't know. Maybe that fishing boat thing can only really operate in Poole Harbour because it's very timid. It's not too bad, The waves are usually pretty good, but I bet they can only get away with. Operating that on a gentle day like today when there's really no waves. I mean, I've been down here and the waves have been up. They're usually worse as you get across to that side of the island, round the corner, and the waves are usually worse there. As you come in over that way, it does get nicer. But where it opens out to the sea, this is where it. If you keep going up there, it comes to a dead end. You come up some estuaries and things like that, but that's the dead end. And that side over there is the actual harbour side. So that has the opening round the corner where the castle is. That opens out to the sea, and the waves do make their way in there quite a bit. Here they go. They're off. They're off. Oh, it sounded like he was scraping himself then on the old. Oh, yeah. He just disengaged his engine. Or perhaps it was glugging, but it sounded like he was scraping a bit then. So he's dropped his engine properly in there. It might have just been glugging then, because he had it. Yeah. There we are. Look at that. 15 horsepower on one of those, and they go really quite well. They do go pretty fast. And they're off. He's got a fishing rod on that as well. So they're off now. Off to find the McDonald's, no doubt. Or a kebab shop. There's a nice little red sailboat coming in. You see most of these boats, their front end is always higher. Your back end can be lower, but you want that front end to cut through those waves and lift you up. You do not want to be flat like that fishing boat that came along. I'd be fascinated to speak to them actually and just say, so what's the deal with this then? Could you sink this if the front end went in and scooped up some water? Would you be a goner? And I think the answer would probably be yes. You'd be a goner if those pumps ain't working really quickly to pump it out. You would be in serious doo-doo. Yeah. Be fascinating to ask them though if that is the case. Is that what would happen? Right. I see UFOs. Says red ants in the UK sting you. Yeah, that's the ones, and it's the red ants. But I don't know if you saw earlier on. There was a pretty big ant. You put him about the size of my fingernail there. He was like pretty big from, left to right. It was a very big black ant. The sand's got nits. Yeah, there's another reason to keep my keep me wellies on and stuff, so they don't sort of like get in my trousers or anything. Mm. I think most of these are they're looking along the damp part of the beach. If you look here, they are here. There's a couple of them here, and there's things walking around, more walking around, like beetles and things like that. These sand flies or whatever they are, these things are jumping. They all seem to be interested in the damp part of the beach, so they're staying along there. Yeah. I mean, I tried to show you one, but they just bloody jump and jump and jump so much, so quickly, that it's bloody hard to it's hard to sort of like, thing. Like if I like there now, there's one there, and there's another one just went ping, 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 ping. There's another one, ping, ping, ping. They do jump quite a distance. Hard to film because they're zipping around so much. Really need one to kind of like decide he's had a break in order to be able to film him. So I don't know where they are now. They're probably, I would imagine, they've done quite a fair bit of the island. Oh, the sun! I've come into the sun. The sun has moved, and I'm no longer in the shade. I'm gonna just move back a bit. Oh, I've got sun lotion on. Oh, factor 50, which I'm sure ain't going to fully protect you, but I don't mind a bit of sun. But I don't want to cook myself. I've come out on the boat a few times, and I've had heat stroke. Just being sort of sat there with the wind, and the wind keeps you cool, and you don't realise you're frying. Because you usually have a nice little breeze across the water, and you just don't realise. You go home, and I felt quite sick, like sort of feverish. So I'm a bit more careful now, but making sure I wear a hat, sun cream on my neck, on my face, on my ears, and on my arms. Yeah. Oh, sounds like a helicopter. Big bastard by the sounds of it, but it's way off. You can't see it. Now, I was going to say, maybe I should have done this on YouTube. Just done a YouTube thing instead of a StreamYard thingy. Oh, I'll tell you what though, I've only got 39% power now. So I was going to say I was going to possibly give the link out so somebody could come on, but I think I'm going to have to stop streaming because I haven't got anything to charge this battery up with, so I need to preserve the energy and keep a little bit back. So I've got the phone still usable. So I'm probably going to have to head off in a minute, but I'll... Bearded Reality says, what did you do today? What did you do today, Beard? So he must be talking to somebody else. I watched Mr. Vault getting shipwrecked on an island, watching him watch the ants' best day ever. Oh, yeah. Chris Thornley says rabbit pie. Yeah. Well, there's certainly a lot of rabbits on this island, and there's a lot of, as I say, there's red squirrels on this island, and they protect them. There's no grey squirrels on here, so it's a red squirrel protection zone because red squirrels are under threat, as you know, because grey squirrels take their territory, and basically, they die off. So on the mainland, this is a problem, but on this island, it's a sanctuary for red squirrels, and there are a lot of them around. And they're quite tame as well because they don't really have any specific threats. I don't think there's any foxes on the island. Could be wrong, but I don't think there are any foxes on the island. So they don't have any threats. And because of that, and because people as well are chill on this island, they can actually not be afraid of people. So they'll run down and run quite close to you. You know, they really do come very close. So yeah, but yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, it really is lovely. And even though this is a big harbour, there's no real noise of the boats. It's just the noise of the surf, the noise of the sea. But there's plenty of boats going out across there. You just don't hear the noise. It's just the noise is kind of like nothing. Doesn't seem to travel across the water, the noise. You certainly hear the boats. If you were inland, you would hear those boats, I'm sure. But not across the water here. Blanks out the noise. So it really is very peaceful. I mean, the only thing I could hear was aircraft. And it's because it's in the air. I can see what was causing that now. Way off, probably about maybe 2,000 feet, is a Chinook helicopter going to the east. But the only reason I can hear that is because it's way up there in the sky. But it seems like anything that's down low, the noise just gets absorbed. So you don't get it across the island. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah. I quite like it actually, just sort of chilling out on a boat, just bobbing around, chilling out, And you can have your computer, your iPad or whatever, and get full 5G, five bars of 5G here. So it's ideal, really. You can be connected to the world, but chilling out on your boat, catching the sun, maybe doing a bit of fishing if you're into that sort of thing. I'm not, but if you are, it would be ideal. Just chilling out. Got your rod on the edge of the boat. Reading a book, getting some sun. It's a loud bird. Here they come. Here they are now. It's going to be just about time to finish. I'll get the lads to say hello before I finish the stream then, and we no doubt have somebody will be waiting for us in the car park over there now, sort of making their way down, so like, I want to see the lads. I know where they are now. Yeah, here they are. The shipwrecked crew. Yeah, we're live streaming.
We've been stranded here.
Yeah.
We're live streaming.
Everybody knows where we are now.
This was a nudist beach, so we can't get naked.
Well, this camera sees through your clothing, so they are actually seeing everything now. Yeah. So we got Mr. Airborne. We got Dan Dixon.
What up?
And we got
What's up?
Explorer with Josh.
Oh, you're streaming on something different. I've never seen that.
StreamYard.
Never heard of that.
Never heard of it.
I never streamed though. That's why I was wondering.
Yeah.
Well, is that better than the app? The YouTube app?
You could get 6 people at a time on this, and you could get your mates.
Oh, I always wonder how you do this.
Yeah, StreamYard.
And that connects to YouTube?
Yes, it'll connect. You can simultaneously connect to Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and a few other things simultaneously.
So where's your chat then? On the right?
Chat's on the right, so you scroll up and down.
Shit.
And you can use it in upright mode, but then you don't get the landscape. Landscape
oh,
pictures.
right. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
That's
nice. That's a good way to kill time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just streaming on the beach.
I've been showing people the little ants that we got here, and you got these little flies that jump. They jump about a foot. They're all across the beach down there.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah. So it's that's a good thing to show.
You'll be the next David Attenborough.
Yeah. We've been trying to work out what these little creatures are.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Now we walked around. It's a really nice island, bro.
it's good, isn't it? I thought you'd enjoy it.
It's a beautiful island.
Yeah,
There's more stuff we didn't get to see, but it's like, yeah,
here they are, look, in wide angle. Hey,
you already know.
it's one of the biggest urbex YouTubers in the world.
I wish. I wish. Oh, it's Josh. Hold on. No.
Was it second only to the Roninator, who you you invented him, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I did, Steve. Yeah. Yeah, Steve.
He invented you. You know it's the truth.
Yep.
Has he got more subs than you? Has he accelerate? Has he?
No, he's got. We were talking about it yesterday. He's got
997,000.
Oh right.
So he's 3,000 away from 1 million, Steve.
Yeah. Oh, so you got like millions.
Yeah, 4 million.
4 million. Bloody hell.
Just
I can feel the
I'm
heat.
old now.
The heat is burning me from here. Like if I get any closer, I'm just gonna get burnt off this massive YouTuber's
subs don't
power.
Matter. Anyone who wants to be a YouTuber, subs don't matter.
anything.
Actually, it really
I go
don't.
to sleep next to him at night, and I get butterflies when I wake up.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. I guess. Yep.
You get irradiated by his subscribers, like you know.
Nah. Honestly, subs don't matter on YouTube. It really don't. They used to back in the day. That changed.
Well, it's more about having fun, isn't it? You know, it's not about how many subs you got.
Yeah.
Having good friends you can trust.
So let's go and hijack a boat. Be pirates of the day.
You can. I could drop you off on one of these boats if you can get it started. Yeah. 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 And Mr. Airborne hightailed it down here when he heard we were using the boat today. So, but we got to take him across in groups of 2. Otherwise, it does bottom out, which you've experienced now. You know, it's the truth.
He didn't come for the boat. He's brought a folder full of pictures of Josh to be signed.
Oh right,
I
okay.
saw him on his website.
Yeah.
I got it.
He's getting hits after this.
I need some hits, dude.
They're worth money. Those.
Yeah.
You got to pay. You got to pay your way down somehow, isn't it?
We have to put the work in.
Yeah.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Well, I was running out of battery. I'm on 35% charge now, so I did actually warn people I was going to be heading off in a minute. So it's about that time. So, but I'm with Josh, and then Dan, and then Mr. Airborne.
Always I'm in the middle.
In that order.
Yeah, you're around.
I'm being sandwiched.
You're around.
Yeah. And then me, nobody. So I'm last, look. Yeah. Anyway, folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you a bit later, and we'll no doubt see some of you on the shore when we go back, because you know where we are. So I bet there's going to be somebody sitting in the car park when we go back wants to say hello. So we'll find out. Catch you later, folks. Cheers.
Peace.
Right, nice.
Boat life.
Yeah. There you go.
Well then, I'll be left.